This morning, I stepped out onto my balcony and paused for a moment. The air was soft, carrying the faint scent of soil and green leaves. My little garden looked different today. One must? After weeks of harvesting, the beds were quieter. Only a patch of tender mustard greens remained, standing tall and crisp. Around them, the herb pots were still full of life. Basil, scallions, cilantro. Each one like an old friend, loyal and evergreen. Reflection. I bent down and touched a few basil leaves, inhaling their familiar aroma. It reminded me of all the mornings spent here, watering, trimming, and simply watching things grow. There's a quiet kind of happiness in that routine. A feeling that time slows down when you're in a garden. Today, it felt even more profound because the garden was holding its breath, caught between the season that had just ended and the one about to begin. Tidying up the garden was the first thing I did. I gathered the old pots, loosened the soil, brushed away the dry leaves that had fallen over time, and replaced a few containers with fresh ones. I fluffed the soil in the herb beds, rearranged them neatly. Each action felt like a small ritual, a way to honor the season that had passed while preparing for the one ahead. Standing back for a moment, I let my eyes wander over the space. The balcony is small, only a few meters, but it has always felt expansive. Every plant has a story. Every leaf, a memory. I remembered the first sprouts of mustard greens last season. Fragile, yet full of promise. I remembered the early harvests of basil, their scent filling the balcony, and the tiny tomato plants clinging to their trellis, slowly growing into something vibrant and alive. Now, with the beds cleared and ready, it was time for the new seeds. Planting. Calm. I prepared the trays carefully, smoothing the soil, making little pockets for each tiny seed. In one tray, I sowed mustard greens, waiting to see them emerge with soft, peppery leaves. In another, lettuce seeds nestled quietly, promising crisp, green layers in a few weeks. Baby cabbage and cauliflower went into their trays, like miniature clouds waiting to form into something tangible and beautiful. And of course, I planted the tomato seeds. Always a source of excitement. From such a small seed, a plant will grow, climb the trellis, blossom, and eventually bear its first bright red fruit. As I pressed each seed gently into the soil, I felt a mixture of hope and patience. Gardening teaches both. You learn that not everything happens quickly, that growth takes time, and that small, consistent care leads to remarkable results. Each seed carries a promise, and placing it in the soil feels like sending a wish into the future. While working, my mind wandered back to the previous season. I remembered afternoons harvesting mustard greens, the smell of fresh herbs as I snipped leaves for cooking, sharing a salad of homegrown lettuce with my family, savoring every crisp bite. Even the mistakes, the seedlings that didn't survive, felt meaningful. They were reminders that growth is never perfect, but always worth it. Now, watching the empty beds ready for new life, I felt anticipation. It's a delicate balance, the quiet left by harvested plants and the energy that comes with freshly sown seeds. I imagined what the balcony would look like in a few weeks. The mustard greens, thick and lush, lettuce spreading into soft green carpets, baby cabbages forming tiny round heads, and tomatoes slowly climbing their trellis. The thought made me smile. This garden, small as it is, has always been more than just a place to grow food. It's a place to reflect, to pause, to connect with the cycles of life. Each season teaches me something new, about patience, about care, about letting go and embracing beginnings. Today, as I stand amidst the cleaned beds and newly planted trays, I feel that teaching more deeply than ever. Closing, inviting. Now, the balcony feels fresh, organized, ready for the season ahead. The mustard greens and herbs continue to thrive, keeping the space green and alive. The trays of newly sown seeds lie quietly, waiting for sun, water, and time to reveal their magic. I think of this moment as a new beginning, a gentle turning of the page, a fresh chapter in the story of my little balcony garden. And I hope to share this journey with you. Every sprout, every leaf, every flower, every tiny tomato, day by day. Thank you for joining me today, and I can't wait to continue this journey together, watching new life unfold season after season here on my little balcony.